Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here from Sharks TV and I'm delighted to be joined by a recent signing, an absolute legend, live on the stream. I can't believe it. It's Ross Murray, number 90. Ross, how are you doing?
Not bad. Good. It's a bit warm, but yeah, I'm doing really good.
Good, good. Is there any doubt that you were going to sign for us for this coming season?
No, it's too exciting. It's been some journey so far with the Sharks. So why get so close to the line and not go over it? So yeah, I'm definitely excited to be back and we're rightfully where I believe we should be. We should have been here a very long time ago, and it's exciting to be part of. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
100%. Ross, I mean, they couldn't really ignore seven awards, seven championships, trophies, whatever you want to call them, in the last eight, could they?
I mean, I think it's something like if you go right back to the start, I think it could be 18 and 10 years, all trophies altogether. So I mean, you can't ignore that. So I believe this is rightfully where we should be, regardless of the travel. It's where we want to be, playing with the best players in the country against the best teams, and like I say, yeah, it's exciting times for the club, whole of Dumfries, not just Dumfries. I believe it's an exciting time for the whole of Scottish ice hockey.
It's an exciting time for you because I was having a look back at elite prospects, as you kind of always do when you're interviewing somebody, and it lists your awards. There's 15 awards. I mean, one of them was the most penalised player in 2014-15,
Yeah.
but we'll skip over that.
That's
you
one of
know,
my favourites. That's one of my favourites. That one.
I mean,
I don't get many awards for being a player, so I'll take that individual one. I like that one.
that's a good one, right? Okay, but I mean, how did last year compare with all the awards and all the things that you've won over your career, Ross?
I mean, like obviously last year's crazy, right? Grand Slam, it's unbelievable. Still down south, they're still saying, that Streatham had us because they never had Antonov and Watty playing. So they said they had our number, and it was great to go in there and just dominated them. Like shut them out. The wall stood tall as usual. Defence was solid. Offence, Scapa was scoring. Everybody chipped in. That was great. Dominating the North once again. Kings of the North, standard issue really now from season to season. That was good. It was just good to absolutely just go through everybody. I'm a bit annoyed that we actually couldn't go undefeated, but yeah, it was an unreal season compared to all the other ones. So close the year before getting the Grand Slam. Obviously slipped through our fingers with the North Cup. Took obviously a bad weekend to take off, but yeah, the only other time I can compare it to is when we won in Fife. That was when I was a young boy, but that was my first time really tasting victory. That was one of the most unbelievable moments I've been in. But the Grand Slam beats that every day of the week.
It beats it so far. Where are we going to go next season? Give us some of your
Well,
legendary
exactly.
predictions.
Predictions for you got to be respectful. You can't expect to just jump in there and dominate. But I'm expecting. We're not just there to be passengers. We're there to take part. We're there to see where we go. And I think one thing what Dumfries has got is definitely Solway is we know to win. It's kind of in our blood now. Yeah, we need to dip our toes in and kind of see where we're at and how we're feeling and everything, and how boys adjust to that level. The boys dropping down from the elite league or whatever's coming. I think they'll find it easier. But the boys who've been here for a while and played at the lower level, we need to find a way to adjust pretty quick. But I think we'll do good. Definitely good. I'm always one who comes out and says stuff. I think in the first 3 years, we'll definitely be in a final somewhere, or we'll be competing right at the top in the first 3 years. I'm going to say that now. I might live to regret that. I might not even be playing that long in 3 years, but I definitely. We Solway, we always find a way, right? It's part of the club's culture. We always find a way to adjust and find a way to be there and about. And there's no doubt in my mind in the first 3 years we'll definitely be there. First year, I'd like to say we're going to be in the playoffs, top 8. I think that's realistic. I don't think that's asking too much. I think it's been respectful as well that I definitely see us being in the top 8 because I think teams will struggle to come to Dumfries. I don't think teams are going to be prepared to come to Dumfries, and if we can turn that into a fortress and keep winning the majority of our games there, will definitely be there in the abouts in that playoff spot.
I think it's great. I mean, listening to you talk, you talk about the culture of the club. The culture of the club comes from players like yourself with that winning attitude and that habit of winning. And we know how much winning means to you. What are your thoughts on the new signings, the new teammates that have came in? Do you think they'll fit into our culture easily?
Yeah, well, like some of them, obviously, Barry's been here before. He was part of the team when we won in Fife, and Stents has been here and he's had a taste of it as well. But I think every player who'll come to Dumfries, I think they already know what Dumfries is all about. I think that's what attracts people to Dumfries. I've seen some comments online and saying there's money and everything getting chucked about, but the players want to come to Dumfries because they know the culture of winning is here. We're not just here to take part. We're not just a number. We're here to actually try to achieve something, and everybody seems to buy into that, and that's why we're so successful. I've said it before on other podcasts, and that it's the way that the team is about each other. Everybody's got a job. Nobody else really worries about other people's jobs, and if everybody can achieve their job, then that's a recipe for success. And I believe that Dumfries will be able to do it at a higher level. We'll find a way to achieve that, and the boys who come in, they'll do it as well. They'll buy into the whole local culture, and yeah, it's a recipe for success.
It's just great to hear you say that. I mean, there's different. I don't want to say there's a different feel, but there's definitely a whole load of different social media going out this year with new owners. Does it feel different from your perspective?
Aye, it is a bit different for me, see, because obviously in the past I've had family members, on the board like yourself, involved in the committee meetings and stuff, and I was at some committee meetings as well in the seasons gone by. So it's a bit different in that respect, but at the same time, it's kind of got a good feel about it because now I don't need to worry about anything else. I can just kind of worry about myself. Before when my dad was GM and my uncle was president, I remember hockey was 24/7 for me back then. So it wasn't a night off. Me and my dad used to sit there and talk about how to raise funds for the club and stuff like that. So this year, definitely a different feel. Usually I go around and speak to Spud, maybe beginning of August, go around to his house, have a cup of tea and do that. So this is already pretty early for me, like it's, I usually don't start thinking about hockey till, I don't know, August time. Like start really getting into it because I usually take a long break for the kids and for playing. But it's just too exciting to ignore it just now because everything what's going on, and I definitely feel the club has got a different feel. The stuff coming out, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it's a lot more professional. There's a lot bigger hype about it, and it's a good thing for the club in the town.
Aye, it certainly is. I can't believe we're still in May as we're recording this, and we're talking
I
about next
know,
season
mate.
already. Yeah.
Like the kids just finished up last Thursday. So it's like, even I know some people have been away for the rink since the national final, but I've been there every single week since then, 2 days a week, coaching the kids. And as much as I love them, I need a break for them. Like,
Are you going to continue doing your coaching role next season, though?
yeah, definitely. I think after speaking to Spud, I had the 16s and 19s last year. It looks like it'll just be one age group this year. And then it's just a way I try to manage, obviously what games I can do and so on. So I know there's going to be there's going to be a big change in maybe the leagues in Scotland and stuff. There's wee rumours going about. So I'll try to make as much as I can. I can still make all the training sessions. So that's the important part. I always tell the kids that's the important part with their junior hockey. It's not about the games. I mean, I know the games are fun for them, but it's about the training and trying to get them developing the right way and making sure I don't really care if we win or lose every game. At that age group, it's about developing them, getting ready for senior and for real life. So as long as I can make all the trainings, I'll be happy and I'll still continue to do it.
It must be great for those youngsters learning from somebody like yourself, though. You're saying
Well,
it's not just hockey, it's life as well, isn't it?
they might disagree with you on that because I can be hard on them sometimes, but no, I've definitely enjoyed coaching that 16s and 19s this year. It's been really enjoyable. There's a real good bunch of kids there, great talent pool coming through, and I think that's what's exciting about this opportunity now for them. You know, hockey's a real good choice for them now to keep pursuing. You know, I used to think a wee bit of, I never want to push anybody away from it, but you know, you've got to be realistic in this country with your opportunities. But you know, you had to move down south, or you had to, you know, pray that an elite league team would pick you up. But now with this opportunity right on your doorstep, hockey's a great choice for these kids now.
Absolutely, for sure. What are you looking forward to most next season?
Just to compete, the compete level, you know, to turning up, and like I always say, no disrespect, but last year was boring sometimes. You probably kind of maybe seen it in my face when playing 5-0 after the first, wasn't even the first, sometimes it was the first 10 minutes. I'm sitting there looking across at Spud, wondering if, you know, if he's got to tell us to take our kit off or whatever. Nobody wants to be playing in that. Nobody ever wants to be playing in games like that. So I'm excited for the compete, you know, to be in the close games, to be in the, you know, battling every minute of the game. Don't know what's happening. 3-2 with a minute to go, whatever, you know, stuff like that. It's just exciting. Excited to visit a few new ice rinks. Can, you know, tick them off the sheet. Say that I've been there now. It's just excited to be part of it, I guess.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Ross Murray goals and some fantastic celebrations like you normally do, writing about the plexi
Well,
and all the rest of it.
I always say you never know when it's going to be your last, so you need to celebrate them. Doesn't matter when. That's why I do it, because you know I don't know how much long I've got in these legs, so you've always got to celebrate the goals. Always got to. It annoys me when you see some of the boys that just don't bother celebrating. I like to make sure people know it's me who scored.
Everybody knows it's you when it's scored, but come on, you're only, what, 29, 30, something like that?
30 this year, just hanging onto my hair just by a shoestring. There's no much of
Ages,
that
yeah.
left, but I don't know. It's just my headphones. It's got to see the commitment levels and stuff. Obviously, I've always said that I'm a player who's 100% in. I'm not. I don't want to be one of these players who are there 70% of the time or 50% of the time. I'm a player who I feel I need to be there 100% of the time, and right now I can still do that, and I'll keep doing it as long as I can do. But you never know, the day might come where I might have to grace the IHL One North again and help a team win a trophy down there, or maybe just go to coaching or whatever it is. But I'll definitely stick around as long as I can definitely be 100% in.
Well, I think that's why fans love you. It's not, you know, peanuts shouted out round the ring many a time. It's because you give 100% and you give a load of pleasure to a lot of folk. So we want you to keep doing it as long as you can. Just a final question for you. Any message for the Sharks fans out there?
Just be ready. Be ready. Get excited, be ready, because we're here, and we're not here just to take part. We're here to take over, like we've been saying. We're definitely in it, and we're going to do it 100%, and we're going to surprise teams up and down the country. And yeah, be ready for it. We wanted it, you wanted it, everybody wanted it. We're ready to, players, coaching staff, everybody from last, we're all in 100%. So be ready for a show, because that's what you're going to be getting.
See, if nobody was any excited before that, they're going to be 100% excited for it after listening to you talk, Ross.
This is me being tame and all. This is me being tame. I could be a lot more excited, but I'm trying to be, you know, grown up now. 30 this year, and I'm 30. I need to start acting like a wee bit of an adult.
Act like an adult, okay. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Ross. Thanks as always, and we just cannot wait to see you take that ice in August, September.
No problem. Look forward to it. Look forward to seeing everybody back at the Shark Tank, and hopefully, well, like they've been saying online, we're definitely going to need a bigger boat, because we're going to catch some massive fish out there.
Brilliant. Take care, sir.
Cheers. Ta.